Good evening, Tom, and thank you for joining us for a little sit down today. We appreciate your time.
No problem, mate.
I think it's quite a fair place to start to say that you've had quite the season. How would you summarise it so far?
On a whole, I think it's been very positive from a personal point and from a club's point. To be honest, I think we've had some fantastic games, some brilliant experiences, and it's just been, like I say, it's just been a whole positive from the first game. To be honest.
Of course, the Lambs have been excellent this season, especially recently. We know how much heart you have and how you play, but there's just something about the togetherness of this team and the never die attitude in the squad that just makes this side unstoppable at times, isn't there?
Yeah, like I say, I speak to a lot of people and they say, "Oh, what's going on? What's the key? What's the magic?" And I just say, it's just having a good dressing room, and I think the gaffer and the coaching staff epitomise that as well. And it has a knock-on effect from the management team all the way through to the players. And I just think it's been a collective effort. Like you say, just a never say die attitude type thing, and we go all the way to the end. I think there's been some games where we've been outplayed and things like that, but there's been a lot of games where we've probably been the better side, and that's down to the dressing room as well. And I always say a good dressing room always gets you 10 to 15 points through the season.
You mentioned the dressing room, and we saw in a podcast that Jazz Singh done that he said that him and Hayden Hollis is the best dressing room that they've been in. Is this the best dressing room you've been in? Definitely,
yeah. The camaraderie throughout. I think it helps when you're winning games of football as well. And I think over the last 2 or 3 years, the club itself has been on an upward curve. So that definitely helps. And the gaffer's kept a core group. So I think everyone that comes in has bought into the same kind of culture and things. So yeah, it's been brilliant, mate. Like I say, there's not a bad word to say about anything in the dressing room or the management team, to be honest.
Obviously, we've mentioned the great team performances, but I think in terms of individual performances, you'll be a bit disappointed not to have more goals and assists this season. I think I've lost count of how many own goals you've contributed to. But does it make you feel better in a way, knowing that teams physically can't deal with your set pieces, that they've got to put it into their own net?
I just think obviously with the throw and things, it's a good weapon to have. Even more so when you've got some of the lads at Tamworth and in the dressing room that actually want to make a nuisance in the box as well. But like I say, mate, I say this to a lot of people. I'm not really one to look at my own numbers. I just want to play every minute of every game, and as long as I'm contributing to the team winning games of football, getting 3 points or to the next round of the cup, then that's fine by me. But like I say, from a personal point of view, it's just trying to play every minute of every game, and I'll just give my all every opportunity that I get.
I think I can speak on behalf of a lot of people that have seen your face more than anyone's this year with the amount of media attention you've had. How have you found being in the spotlight, especially within the FA Cup times?
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like I say, I love football. I love talking about football. I could talk football all day, so it just comes quite natural to me. I've spoken to a lot of people, obviously with the media stuff, and they've said, "Oh, we've seen you on telly and things," and a lot of people have said that I speak really well. So look, if it comes my way, I'll take it. I'll never turn down anything. It just gives the club, a stepping stone. It gets the club out there and things like that. So yeah, mate, like I say, it doesn't bother me. I can talk all day about football.
A big factor to the attention was the FA Cup, and I won't delve too deep into it, but how was your experience of the competition as a whole?
It was just fantastic. Like I say, we've had many fantastic nights down here, but the Huddersfield game, under the lights, and then to have a Premier League team down at the Lamb and to see it packed as well, to get so many fans through the gate was just unbelievable. And I think it's something the club deserves, because like I say, we've done well the last 2 years, and the club itself over the last 3 years, and because it's had some bad times, but I think that when the gaffer come in, the upturn was fantastic, and look, may continue. There's still plenty to fight for this season, and hopefully who knows what next season brings, but another FA Cup run would be brilliant.
Just as we approach the end of the season, the crucial matches What are you hoping to achieve for the remainder of the season? A strong league finish and a potential cup final in your sights?
That's it, mate. I think after the season we've had, I think we deserve a little bit of silverware at the end. I know some people kind of play down, the cups, like the local cups, but at the end of the day, I've won it before, so it's something that like everybody wants to win. You get it on your CV, and it's just another cup in the cabinet for the club as well. So yeah, definitely. We'll see where the points tally takes us at the end of the season. I think the club's highest finish is 14th in the league, maybe. So if we can get past that, it'd be brilliant.
And finally, it's well known on social media how big of a Wolves fan you are. And what do you think that you've done enough to stay up this season now after a difficult year? And also, how is it playing for Tamworth, along with being such a big Wolves fan, maybe not going to as many games as you'd like to?
Yeah, it's looking better now. I think we're 9 points clear. I think we've still got Leicester and Ipswich to play, so if we can win one of them, I think that should see us through really. But yeah, it is. I love the Wolves, so I'd love to go to more games. But my football's obviously more important. And maybe when I do stop playing, I can get up there a little more often. But I managed to get to some games. If we have any Monday nights or Friday nights or Sunday games, I do try and get there. Having a little one now, I have to watch most of them on the telly. So yeah, it is what it is, mate. But we'll see what the future holds, and maybe I can take a little bit more of a viewing when I stop playing. But at the minute, I'm going to keep running.
Tom, thank you for joining us this evening, and all the best for the rest of the season.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.